everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a really casual, kind of chatty get ready with me, featuring the Sephora Pro new nudes palette. Oops, upside down. I love this guy. I got this a couple of weeks ago when I was in Vegas and I'm using it so much. I saw a video on Dominique's channel. The absolutely stunning Dominique got the same palette and is loving it. And I saw that she followed one of the looks that actually came with the palette, so I thought it would be fun to kind of recreate that look on myself and see how it compares. Can I just say that woman is stunning. I'm like, every time I watch her channel, I'm like, whatever she has, I'll take 2 of them. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of create this look because, to be honest, looking at the colors and the placement of this look, it's not something that I would likely do on myself. So I'm excited to see how it turns out. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. I am going to touch up my foundation a little bit. I have on the Peach Perfect foundation today, but I did not set it with powder. And I am using the, is this a new product? Is this new to Lancome? It's the Long Time No Shine powder. Stephanie Marie talked me into this powder and it is amazing, you guys, amazing. So I'm just gonna go and kind of set my foundation with this. It's raining today in Austin, so it's a very, very humid day. All right, so we're just gonna set everything, make everything a little more matte and smooth. Then I'm going to go and prime my eyes, and for that I'm going to use this Mirror Nest eyeshadow primer. And I'm just going to do a little bit on the lid, and then I'm going to blend it out with my fingertip. I have a lash appointment in about an hour and a half, so I'm just getting ready for that. Normally I don't wear eye makeup to a lash appointment, but I wanted to get just a little casual video up this week, and I thought it would be fun to film this. So you can see that this primer brightens the eye up. I mean, it has some color to it, but you can blend it out to where it's almost transparent. It's not completely clear or invisible, but you can still see through it. So I really like that. It is a little bit of a thicker consistency, so I do like to use my finger for it. It's not as thick as like a cream shadow, like a paint pot, but it is thicker than, say, an Urban Decay primer or the Milani primer or the Revlon primers like I'm used to using. But using your finger is a nice way to really just work it into the skin and shear it out. Okay, so then it's saying place dewdrop onto the eyelid using the Sephora brush. Well, we're not going to use the Sephora brush. So dewdrop, place dewdrop onto the eyelid. Okay, so the first step is to place this shadow right here. It's dewdrop. It's a really shimmery lavender color. It's saying to place that all over the eyelid. So we are going to go and do that. Oh, this color is so pretty. And for being really shimmery and glittery, it actually packs on pretty well. There's quite a bit of like pigment to it, you know? Sometimes when you see shadows that are this glittery and shimmery, you swatch them and it almost kind of just like looks like chunky glitter, very patchy. This goes on really nice, and I don't have any fallout here, which is pretty awesome. Now, given that I do have lash extensions, so my lash extensions do catch a lot of fallout. Like if I were to close my eyes, you will probably see shadow in them. So let's be fair. Okay, so to pack this all over the eyelid, this reminds me of like a really good like wintry kind of eye look, like a winter white, even though it's got some lavender to it. It's like very like icicles, very pretty. Oh, it says focusing on the center only. Whoops, I should probably read all the instructions before I get working. Okay, so then it's saying to go in and blend Peach, which is this shade here. It's a pink shimmery with a lot of gold to it. I'll show you what it swatches on the fingertips so you can kind of see that gold flex to it. So we are going to blend that into the crease. Okay, so now that I have that blended pretty well into the crease, I am losing lashes here, you guys. It is time for a fill. We have a fun week planned. We are leaving this week to go to the Inc. 5000 conference in San Antonio this week. I'm so excited. So the Inc. 5000 conference is pretty cool. It's like a business conference that the top, I forget the criteria, but it's basically like the top fastest growing 5,000 companies in the country are invited, but you have to meet a certain like revenue and growth and year over year and all this stuff. Anyway, my husband's company has made the list. I forget which year this is. They've made it several years in a row, which is a really cool honor because it's hard enough to get on the list initially, but then to keep that momentum. So anyway, but it's really cool because they have like really incredible speakers there. Last year, I sat in a talk with Brene Brown, the CEO of Ford, the founder of UGG Boots gave this really incredible like talk about his story and starting the company, and It was just really, really inspiring. In fact, it was actually in that conference last year that I kind of had the light bulb moment that I was like, I want to do this YouTube thing full time. At the time I was working and doing YouTube, and it was then that I had that decision to do it. So that's how powerful this is. So I'm really excited to go to it. Okay, continue to blend peach onto lower lash line. Lower lash line using, okay, so blend it on my lower lash line. Let's do that. We are gonna grab like a smudgy brush, and it's kind of dark, so it's got some dark shadow to it, so I'm just kind of cleaning that off onto lower lash line. So we're gonna take this and just go right under my lower lash line. I feel like this look is making my eyes look more red. On that note, you guys recommended, I think it's Lumify or some eye drops in one of my videos where I talked about that, and you guys, those eye drops are amazing. I should have put them in this morning. I did get a warning though from someone saying not to use them all the time because they can cause rebound, which I guess is where it makes the eyes more red after it wears off. So I try not to use them all the time, but I should have used them this morning. I like to use them when I film videos. Oh yeah, this eye makeup look is really making my eyes look even more red. That's not cute. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go grab those drops. I want you guys to see how incredible they are. Okay, so I just put the drops in. They are called Lumify. Again, definitely look into them and research them before you use them. I never like to endorse medications or anything. I need to talk to my eye doctor about using these on a regular basis, but they do help temporarily relieve the redness in eyes. So I don't plan on using them daily, but anyway, I just wanted to share that. So now that we have that blended on the lower lash line, let's see what's next. Wisteria on inner and outer corners of eyelid. Okay, so next it's saying to take this shade Wisteria right here, this is the deeper purple, and putting that in the inner and outer corners of the eyelid. So for that, because I have pretty small lids, I'm going to use more of a kind of defined brush. I'm using this one right here. This is the C22 round contour brush, and that actually doesn't help you guys because I don't even know the brand, but this is the shape of this brush. So we're going to take that color and we're going to just kind of pop it right in the outer corners. So this look is pretty much all shimmer so far. This purple is so beautiful. All right, we are getting there. Such a unique combination of colors, but it's really pretty. Okay, so I have it there in the outer corner, then it tells me to put it in the inner corner. Now this technique is not something I typically do on my eye shape because I do have smaller eyes and they're slightly hooded. I don't know if I'm looking at you if you can tell that my upper part of my lid kind of hangs over sometimes, so I have to be real careful when I put deeper shadow here because it can kind of tend to close my eyes up a little bit. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that. So what this is doing is it's really popping the center of my lid because I have that really light, like frosty lilac color, and putting this slightly darker shade is going to contrast that and make it pop more. Then it's saying to blend to remove any harsh edges. I don't really see any harsh edges because these colors do kind of seamlessly blend together, but I am just going to go over it with a clean blending brush just to soften out any edges I might see. Okay. Kind of brush away any fallout. I don't really see too much. This is actually really nice. I'm so surprised. I would never pair these colors together in this way, but I like it. Okay, then the last step is to highlight the brow bone, and for that it's telling me to use this shade here, which is Daisy. Because this does have some shimmer to it, I'm going to be careful and use a soft brush to apply it. I'm just using the MAC 213 brush, and I am just going to pop this right underneath my brow. You guys, this look is 100% shimmery, which is not something I normally would do, but I do like the way that it looks. Okay, I kind of want to deepen up my lower lash line because this look doesn't call for any eyeliner. I think I'm going to add eyeliner, but I am going to go and add a little bit more of that peach shade underneath my lower lash line just to give some more definition there. Or not necessarily definition, but more color. I think I'm going to add a slightly bit of a darker shadow underneath there because I feel like I need a little more definition in my lower lash line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to grab, I think we're going to grab this shade here, Boots. It's a matte, so I'm throwing in some matte into the look. And I'm just going over that peach. So it's just really going to deepen that peach. It doesn't really change the color of it too much because this shade does have quite a bit of orange to it. Okay, do you guys see how white my eyes are now? Literally, that's within a few minutes of those eye drops. It's pretty phenomenal. Okay, the next I'm going to pop on a little bit mascara and then we'll be done. I'm gonna keep the mascara out of my lash extensions because I am about to go get them filled, but I am gonna comb through them just to kind of separate them a tad bit. Okay, this is a pretty look, you guys, I have to say. All right, I do want to put a little bit more color on my lips. I'm going to play with this new lipstick I got. It's by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it is this shade Sweet Pea, and it's a really cool tone pink. I have a little bit of gloss on my lips right now, which is actually perfect because this lipstick is really pigmented and creamy, and I don't want that much on my lips. I want my lips to be kind of a soft color. So having that gloss down first is going to kind of dilute this lipstick down a little bit. And that completes this look. I have to say, I'm pretty surprised. This came out much better than I thought it would come out. These aren't colors that I normally would pair together. Pretty much 100% shimmer shadows on the lid, but I think it still looks really nice. So you can always tweak it by adding liner or lashes or darker in the outer corner, whatever you like, but I do think that this is a pretty look, and it's very quick and easy to apply. So if you haven't checked out these palettes, definitely check them out. They have, like I said, they come in a couple of different shade ranges. I picked up the New Nudes, that's what this palette is here, but they had a really like warm neutral palette, and then they had another palette with some more color, but I think it's a good buy. It is about $70, which I know is not cheap, but when you compare this to like the Natasha Denona palettes or some of the other large palettes that this has 28 shadows, I think it's a good value at least. It's not a BH Cosmetics, it's not a Morphe palette, but I think the quality is a notch up from that. So thank you guys so much for getting ready with me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about this look down below, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!